So, if you haven't heard, it's looking like Deontay Wilder, former WBC champion, is going to be back October the 15th on PBC on Fox pay-per-view in New York. Here's the thing. I like the fight. I'm just not a fan of fighters fighting former sparring partners. You dig? Because I got to be honest. I like Malik Scott. Huge Deontay Wilder fan. Even though I thought that when he ever did meet Tyson Fury, he would lose to him. In fact, he lost that first fight to me, meaning Deontay Wilder wasn't a draw. But hey, the past is the past. So when he fought Malik Scott, I thought Malik Scott flopped. I thought Malik Scott, he broke my heart. And it wasn't the first time he broke my heart. He broke my heart 3 times. He broke my heart with Derek Chisora. And he broke my heart when he fought that Russian bloke, that mixed martial arts dude, and let him win. But the Robert Helenius fight is a good fight for him to come back. Here he is, Robert Helenius, 31-3 with 20 KOs, 38 years old. I used to be really, really high on him. You know how I got exposed to him? Max Kellerman. He used to always be talking about him. This was definitely in the early 2010s, like early 2010s, like 2010, 2011, 2013, like around that time. Where was he at around then? Who was he fighting? Yop, when he fought Derek Chisora, Samuel Peter. He was knocking a lot of people out. By the way, a lot of people thought he had lost this Derek Chisora fight, but he had some shoulder issues and some promotional issues for a while. In fact, I was shocked that he lost to Johan Duhaupas, who Deontay Wilder had beat, by the way. And this was after Deontay Wilder beat him, if I'm correct. Let's see. Where you at? Yep. Wilder fought him in September 2015. And Helenius fought him in April 2016. So basically, back-to-back, both of these guys fought him. Let me go see if I can find it here. No, he had one little interim fight in between. But nonetheless, went on to lose to Dylan White. And I was like, that was the run of time. I was like, that's it. Dude is done. He's finished. But then he went on to lose to Gerald Washington. And I was like, yo, they need to really start considering like getting this guy out of here. Where's his family? What's going on? You know, anytime he's losing to a guy like losing to a guy like Gerald Washington, getting stopped by a guy like Gerald Washington, you know, with the skill set that Robert Helenius has. And I'm a hardcore boxing guy. You know, go back and watch clips of Robert Helenius. You know, that just was like, bro, you were finished. And then they tried to feed into Adam Kownacki, and guess what? It didn't work out. Adam Kownacki lost to him twice, once in March of 2020, just before the country. Wasn't that like the last fight before the country shut down? I believe it was. And then he fought him again in a rematch in October of 2021 on the undercard of Wilder versus Fury 3. So he put it this way. His chin, if he loses, he gets knocked out. I don't think Deontay Wilder, you know, how can I put it? I think Helenius is going to get knocked out. Don't get it twisted. But dude is good, you know, but you never know which guy you're going to get. And then him being a sparring partner, former sparring partner, that just turns me off a little bit. I don't know. But according to ESPN, Mike Coppinger and Boxingscene, let's go look at this article here. Okay, so it's going to be on PBC on Fox pay-per-view, October the 15th. I'm going to tell you right now, likely the price is going to be $74.99. Last time he fought, he got stopped in the 11th round by Tyson Fury. That was brutal right there. You know, Deontay Wilder hardcore fans are still hurting over that one. You know, that was a hell of a fight. Helenius last fought on that undercard with a stoppage of Adam Kownacki. Adam Kownacki just recently lost to a Adam Demirezin. Was that a couple of weeks ago on Danny Garcia, as I'm shooting this video a couple of weeks ago on Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez Jr. It's August the 10th right now. That fight was when? Wasn't that on July the 30th? So looks like they're going to have Frank Sanchez on the undercard. Okay. By the way, Tyson Fury is trying to fight Derek Chisora. I will take Deontay Wilder over. I'll take Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius fucking 5 times before I want to see Tyson Fury beat up Derek Chisora again, especially with the way the second fight had ended back in 2016. But I understand what some fans are saying. They're like, well, it's a safe fight for him to get his mate, meaning their friends, Derek Chisora, some money, and then, for him to fight the winner of Usyk versus Joshua. I get all of that. But you can fight somebody else, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But also, it's well known that Tyson Fury's he can't travel either. But, I got to be honest, seeing Deontay Wilder back in a year, basically it'll be about a year and a week, I'm kind of surprised. I'm like, I thought he was going to pack it in, but shout out to him. Because he's still, in my opinion, the most dangerous man at heavyweight. Tyson Fury is the best. I would pick Tyson Fury to beat Usyk, and that's close, though. I see that like a 55-45 type of thing. But I think that, and I've said it before, I think that Deontay Wilder, will be able to ice Anthony Joshua too, because once you get hit with that shit fucks you up. Look what happened with Tyson Fury, with that last knockdown he got on Tyson Fury, where he hit Tyson Fury. And then you saw like the fat ripple down his back and down his body. And then once it hit his legs, he was oh shit, he was done. By the way, did you get a chance to listen to Deontay Wilder's music? Let's get in the groove, babe. So what you got to lose, babe? It's the me and you. I don't know. It was a little catchy to me. I actually listened to that shit for like a week. I'm not even going to lie to you. But take your time out, like the video, subscribe. On FightView360.com and basically on your podcast streaming platforms, I got a podcast coming. Yes, the FightView360 podcast is going to be launching this week. I'm so happy. One of my biggest projects of my career. So for audio formats, for Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to your podcast, I'm going to be making sure to give you those links in the description box once I launch the first 4 episodes, which will be this upcoming weekend, likely Friday or Saturday after Teofimo Lopez's fight against Pedro Camba. It's August the 10th right now. So, looking at the rankings, what is Deontay Wilder going to do next? Let me see here. Let me pull up the rankings. Let's just go ahead and be honest. They're probably going to make this an eliminator and order Tyson Fury, to fight Deontay Wilder again. Because if you really, really look at it, looking at the rankings here, okay, you got Usyk versus Joshua taking place in 10 days. Usyk Joshua 2 in Saudi Arabia. That's going to be on Sky Sports box office over in the UK. And even though it hasn't been officially announced yet, 4:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, August the 10th, as I'm recording this, there's no current U.S. broadcaster, but my gut is telling me they're going to try to put that shit on pay-per-view. They're going to try to put it on pay-per-view. But the winner is expected to fight Tyson Fury if he beats Derek Chisora, which he should. And then September the 24th, you have another fight, a significant fight in the heavyweight division against Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker. They had a press conference last week. And I'm shocked to see that fight happening because of the networks. But it's going to be taking place on BT Sport box office over in the UK and may likely hit the ESPN Plus over here in the States. And then you have Daniel Dubois, who's having an issue with Don King getting his money for beating up Trevor Bryan. But he's supposed to fight the winner of Michael Hunter and Hughie Fury to be the WBA mandatory for Usyk. So basically, the winner of Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius could still get a shot at undisputed sometime in the next couple of years. I don't know. It's kind of a foggy situation right now. And here's something that people don't normally talk about. Do you think that Deontay Wilder can beat Alexander Usyk? I don't think so. But you never know what's going to happen when you get hit. That Deontay Wilder, that shit is a weapon of mass destruction. That shit will fuck you up. Like big time. Like put you to sleep. Fighters be, you know, but those skinny old ankles he got, bro. He took a picture with Badu Jack recently. You know, and I'm thinking like, damn, bro, you looking real, you know? Like, where does that power come from? But I'm cool with the fight. I just don't like the fact that he's a sparring partner. That's what's really bothering me. Here go the picture. Like, how does this happen? Oh, y'all can't see. Let's go full screen. Like, look at his, like, how does this happen? But yet he got all this power, but like, bro, and I've met him in person. Like, he wear like a size 32 denim. Like, he got like a 32-inch waist. Maybe 30-inch, bro. And, you know, like the ankles, I was looking like, bro, this dude is a genetic freak. But then those legs, bro, it's crazy. Why? Oh, whoa, hey. See, that's why I don't like, you know, fucking with this Twitter shit. This, see how they tried to get me? But anyway, the fight's going to be taking place on October the 15th. Looking like in the Barclays Center, according to ESPN and Boxingscene. I'm really happy to see Deontay Wilder back. And, you know, realistically, who do you think he fights next? I'm thinking if they're doing Helenius on pay-per-view, then they'll probably fuck around and be Frank Sanchez, right? Or, you know, the big plan is for him to fight. If this fight is taking place on PBC on Fox pay-per-view, then they're probably going to try to do Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz, Luis Ortiz winner, especially if it's Andy Ruiz. So here's how the pay-per-views are stacking up so far. September, we got 2. We got 1 with Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz. That's PBC on Fox, September the 4th. That's a Sunday. I believe that's a $60 pay-per-view. It may be just only $50. Then September the 17th on the Zone, you have Canelo versus Golovkin 3, $64.99 if you have the Zone, $84.99 if you don't have the Zone. October is supposed to be Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius with Frank Sanchez on the undercard, and maybe Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell. You know, that was rumored by L Dub. I believe he said Breadman said something about it on Twitter. Keith Thurman has been wanting to come back, but, you know, I'm guessing it's not going to be on pay-per-view. November is supposed to be Spence versus Crawford, November the 12th or 19th, according to Dan Rayfield. And then December is going to be Tank Davis, I'm guessing. Maybe. And then I'm hearing this sick rumor that they're going to try to put Jamel Charlo versus Tim Tszyu on pay-per-view here in the States. Wild times. Too many pay-per-views, man. Too many. The bubble's going to burst. Like, fans are getting pissed off. And I was watching a report today on the news. Is that gas prices are going down because people broke, people not driving. It's not like it's something like, oh yeah, the economy's getting better. People are like, nope, we can't afford that shit. And with these pay-per-views, bro, they're begging people to stream in this economy where people are looking for ways to cut bills. You know, if you're gonna watch this shit for free and you know, and you really know, like, it's so easy to get these streams these days, bro. And then get like jailbroken fire sticks and all that shit. Like they tripping. They're gonna have to come to a compromise sooner or later and figure out what they're gonna do, you know, with these pay-per-views and these pay-per-view prices. But anyway, I'm getting up out of here. Thanks for listening. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. Thanks for watching.